Hey, I'm Dana Sullivan from Bostic and Sullivan, and welcome to our, I believe this is our 5th free online live streaming workshop that we've done. Great to have you here. I hope some people start to join in soon. We'll watch the numbers. All right, I see we have some viewers coming in. I'm Dana Sullivan. We're here in the Bostic and Sullivan darkroom studio in beautiful Santa Fe, New Mexico. I love it here. Wouldn't change it for the world. Tonight we are doing digital negatives with cyanotypes. That's the big deal. We're going to be making digital negatives live here on the spot. And in fact, later on, we are going to post a email address that we're going to ask people to send some files to. And we are going to make negatives from those files and then make cyanotypes from those negatives live on the air to prove you can do it. So first thing I want to do is bring up a list of our, here you see our supply list for the cyanotype workshop. First thing, we've got our cyanotype kit. We've got some tween 20 coating agent. We're using the 11 by 15 Revere Platinum paper from Legion Paper. I've got a Langnickel 3-inch synthetic sable brush. I've got some citric acid for the initial wash, some hydrogen peroxide, 3% as a developer. And if you come back to camera 2, we're also, I left out of there that we are working with the Pictorico inkjet film today. So let's show you everything we're working with. So the first thing we have, I should cap these, is our classic cyanotype kit. A and B. This kit will make about 500 8 by 10 images, so it's virtually a lifetime supply. So we've also got some droppers in little cups to keep them separate for our A and B solution. We're going to be coating on the Revere Platinum paper. Excellent paper. They're sponsoring our workshop today, so thank you to them. So I guess let's just cut to the chase. Let's start out by making a negative. So if we go over here to camera 4, let's get this up. Okay, so what you see here is our website. What you're going to want to do is go to this digital negative section here. Then for what we're doing tonight, we need to scroll all the way down past this stuff. Down at the bottom, you see here where it says old curves. We're going to be using these tonight because these are Epson specific. So the one we're using is this here, the cyanotype. If I click on it, you'll see it's downloaded up here at the top. We've got a curve, and it's like probably the 5th or 6th copy of it I've done on this machine. So we have that there. Oh, close that out. Now that we have that, we can go over to Photoshop. Now, do we have any comments yet? Anybody have any questions? If so, feel free to pipe up. So I've preloaded a photo here, Photoshop. It's pretty nice. It's high key, bright sunlight. We have some contrasting colors here. So I thought this would work out really well. So, oh, I forget, one more thing. Come back over to our website and go to the kit instructions and download this digital negative cheat sheet. You can follow along everything I do right here. So, hey, Yoram, yeah, those curves that we just showed are on our website. Look under the digital negatives tab at the top and then scroll down to old curves and it'll be on that page. You can just click on them and download them for free. So, okay, this shows everything we're doing. Some of these numbers down here apply for platinum and palladium. So ignore these, a couple of these down here. So first thing we do, and we go back over to Photoshop, is we're going to convert this to a grayscale. We do this, edit, and then convert to profile. I convert to profile. Oh, it's automatically chosen the one that I wanted, the gray gamma 2.2. You know, I'm not familiar with GIMP, so one of these days I will get to that. So here we go to the gray gamma 2.2. I'm kind of lazy. I like to go up here to image and do an auto contrast and see what it thinks. It brought it down a little bit. I guess I'll keep that. That looks pretty good. So next thing, make sure we resize it. So the Epson printer is a, first of all, make sure this little chain link is clicked like it is there. What we want to do is the Epson printer runs on a 360 DPI. We're going to do this 10, and it's telling us it's going to be 10 by 7.5 inches. And I'll hit OK here. And then after we resize it, I'm going to apply the curve. Now this seems a little counterintuitive, right? You would think that we're making a negative, so we would apply the curve to the negative. But in reality, we took a scan of a positive print of a step wedge, if you know what a step wedge is, a gradient. And since we scanned a positive, we need to apply the corrections to the positive. So I'm going to come up here and under Image, Adjustments, Curves.
You're getting a bunch of questions.
Sure, let me finish this first. So what we do is we come over here to the little gear wheel box and we load a preset like the one we just downloaded off of my website. So I go there. Oh, see? Right here. This one here has the FX curve and it says it's the cyanotype curve. So I'm going to double click on that. This is the only place you can apply the curve. I get the question constantly that somebody clicks on the curve from the file manager, and it gives them an error that there's no program associated with. This curves menu is the only place you can apply that ACV file that you just downloaded. So what I'm going to do is, you see I've got that, I'm going to apply it. So you see how it's sort of brightened it up. It didn't do much of a adjustment. We can go back and see what it did there, and then redo the curve, so you can see not too much. The cyanotype does a pretty good job. So what I need to do now is invert it. And folks, this is our negative. Look at that. Took a couple of minutes. This is ready to print, but not so fast. We have to go into the file and print. Okay, here's a caveat. You must go to the Epson website and download the full driver's suite from their support page. Download I think it's about 40 megabytes, 50 megabytes, and it's got all of the extra doodads that you need in the printer driver to do what I'm about to do here. So when I bring up this print dialog box, there's a print settings button here. See, we're going to be using, oh, by the way, we're using an Epson P800, SureColor P800, which is their last generation, previous generation prosumer 17-inch model. So we need to make sure printer manages colors. That's good right there. So we go to print settings, and down here at printer options, we need to set a few things. So printer settings here, and this is on our website. It'll tell you what the max optical density and other things you need to set. So here we do a vertical of 75. That adds 100%, well, I guess, as much yellow as you can to the image. So see, if we go to 0, you can sort of see it change. She's a little more, and then we bring in that yellow like that. I don't know if they're...
You forgot to flip the negative.
Aha! No, I haven't. I'll get to that in a second. So right here, we mirror the image. I just flipped the image right there. And tone darkest, max optical density for the cyanotype is left at 0. So we could also go over here. Oh, actually I've done it twice. So right here I have flip horizontally. So if I go back to, if I go back to printer settings and basic, I don't need to mirror the image. They do the same thing. So over in advanced media control for the cyanotype, we add 10 right there. Adds 10% more color density. And so see here, right here, if you flip this flip horizontally switch, you never have to flip it in Photoshop. It will do it in the printer driver for you. So I go through, make sure I've got all these settings correct. You need to set it on advanced black and white photo for sure. We can go to Super Photo 2880. You print on premium photo paper glossy so that you use the photo black ink. You don't want to use the other, you don't want to use the, what is it, the matte color ink, or the matte black ink, excuse me. So here I hit OK, and then what I'm going to do, come up here to these presets, and I'm going to save these current settings as a preset, and I'm going to call it cyano 1, 2, 3, 4. And now it tells me that my preset is set to cyano 1, 2, 3, 4. And so now I've just put all of the settings into the driver that will save these. So once you've created the negative, you just need to come back, make sure you use your cyano 1, 2, 3, 4, save it, and then what I'm going to do is, so we are working with 2 Epson P800 printers. The one on the left is loaded up already. So I hit print here. Unfortunately, the computer and this camera share the same HDMI input, so I have to switch. But you can see the printer's flashing in there. It's actually doing something. So we're going to get a negative out of that in a minute. And what I think we need to do is get to coating some paper. Yeah, I know, Chris, it's too cluttered. I gotta leave the paper there because they're sponsoring it. So, what did I do with my pencil? Oh, right here. So if you go to camera 2, what I'm going to do here is, so I've got this 11 by 15 sheet of Revere platinum paper. I have an 8 by 10 template. So what I'm doing is using this template to mark the corners so I know. And I've so cleverly written my drop count on this so that I don't forget the drop count, and then that reminds me to write down in this corner how many drops of each solution I used. And I'm going to use a drop between 20, so I mark that. And then I write on here that this is the Revere PT for platinum. So tape that down a little bit. So for this, it calls for 17 drops of the A. I've got my zoom out of it. So here's my working cup. So I'm going to put 17 drops of this one in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for 17 total. And this one gets 17 drops as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And tonight, I'm using a, which way? This way. A Lang Nickel 3-inch synthetic sable brush. All of the ones we use are synthetic sable. They're really nice and soft and give a great smooth coating. So what I'm going to do is dunk it a little bit in my rinse water here, wipe it once. Oh, that is very important. That helps it spread much more evenly. So there are a bunch of different methods for coating paper. This one's come back and forth, and I'm just using the weight of the brush. There's no pressure on the brush. And what I do is I place the brush and I watch where I end and lift the brush. And then I place the brush in the same spot and come down and watch where I lift it. And then I put the brush down along my same edge and I lift it. And then I come to this dot here and I lift it. Oh, I could come down a little further. Now I have this extra chemistry down here. So I'm going to start to spread this out by doing a horizontal strokes like this. And what I want to do is, I've already done strokes like this and then like this. And what I want to And this way, I make sure the coating of the paper gets each even coating in all 4 axes. I can go up, down, and in both directions. So this is the one I don't like. Because I'm right-handed, I'm sort of watching the brush, trying to peek under it as it goes by to make sure I'm getting good contact. And so you see I still have this extra bit. So what I'm going to do is allow the brush to soak some of that up and kind of pause at that edge and push it just a little bit further, and it'll wick up that extra emulsion. And there. Rack over here, you might see me. Oh, there's already some in there. Let's stick the under here. So, I'm going to go run and set up this other camera. We are not going to be using the all right. So that does work. All right, so I'm going to grab the negative. So, all right, we have our negative here. And I've got my contact print frame. You're going to come over here and go to 2. Excuse me, can you go to 2? All right. And this is our split back contact frame. So I mentioned I had some other paper over here. I have a pre-coated one I did about 20 minutes ago or a half hour ago. So the way this works is the negative goes face down, emulsion side down, because I did print it backwards. I did flip it horizontally. That goes face down. This goes on. You push these down, these leaf springs. We flip it over. Does it look fairly well centered? It does. So what we're going to do is we have I am my own cameraman. So this goes in the UV light box. These have fluorescence in them. This one's lasted us about 20 years, so I can turn that off. Our exposure time on this is going to be 2.5 minutes. So I set that here on the Gray Lab timer. I put this in here, and we turn it on. Now, while this is working, we're going to go to camera 3, and we have 2 baths over here. I'm going to add water to them, cold water. This first one is a rinse bath. It's using citric acid, just a little touch of it. This prevents, they say chlorine in the water can bleach the image a bit, so we add the citric acid to stop that a bit. And so this second tray here is going to be our developer, and that's our 3% hydrogen peroxide. There's a little bit left in here. I'm gonna, I don't know, add about that much to it. And that's all the water that one needs. Agitate it. So we'll come back over here. Looks like we have about 45 seconds left on our exposure. So we can peek in there and see the deadly ultraviolet rays. They're what you use in a suntan bed. It gives you cancer. So we are at 15 seconds. So I'll get ready to take this out. And we take it out, bring it over here to camera 2. And this in a bit. what do we see here? Oh wow, that's pretty striking. You can see the image. All right, let's go over to 3. So this first bath here is just citric acid and tap water. And so this is to stop it and try to clear out the unexposed chemistry. You can see how it's got just an amazing brilliant blue already, but when we put it in the into the hydrogen peroxide, you're going to be amazed at how this blue just pops on a whole new level. This is looking great. I can already tell. So what I'm going to do is move this one over. I'm going to zoom in on this a bit. So as I take this print out of the other side, I'm about to put this in the tray. And pow, that extra intensity and contrast just comes up almost instantly. Look at that. Sorry about the glare, but we've got great contrast in her shirt here. Bright sun, you've got some reflection. He's got a really hot spot on his head. He's bald like me. So look at that. Over a few minutes, this will intensify as the water gets, or the peroxide gets deeper into the paper fibers. So we're going to leave this here for a few minutes, and let's come over here to I think we should print another negative. And then I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to open it up to the audience. So I want to go here, and here I picked out a few files earlier. Okay, this is going to show my Gen X, how much of a Gen X nerd I am. It's a fairly crummy photo, but I'm really proud of it. It's shot from about 400 feet away on my cell phone of Marilyn Manson at the Isleta Pueblo in Albuquerque. So we're going to follow the same rules we did before. We come up here to edit. So just a couple of steps well, more than a couple. But we come over here to edit, convert to profile. It's gray gamma 2.2. That keeps a lot of the color data in the background and helps with shadow separations. So if you've noticed, I am avoiding all of the layers here. I am working on it as a flat canvas. If you start, I do not know Photoshop well enough to start doing layers. Every time I try and do layers, I screw the thing up. So I just work on it with a flat canvas like this. So after doing the, let's image size. We'll resize them to 360 dpi and another 10 by 7.5. And remember, always have the little chain link here. The 360 DPI resolution helps with the Epson printers. They are 360 native resolution, and so apparently my camera is a 4:3 crop because it's a 10 by 7.5. So I'm okay with that. We've resized it. Next thing to do, if you're following our chart, remember, go over here to our website and download this digital negative cheat sheet from the kit instructions page. All right? So if we're all following along. Okay, we're back to Maryland. We come over here, we're about to apply the curve. So we go to Image, Adjustments, Curves, or Command M. We come over here, the little gear wheel again, load a preset. So the very last one we downloaded right here. This one I'm highlighting. So we'll open that and we'll see how it applied. It kind of washed it out a bunch. And so our last thing is image, image. I should switch to the mouse. Here we go. Invert. And there we have Marilyn Manson waiting to be printed. So if I go over to print, again, in print settings, for the people who are joining us late, you need to download the entire printer suite for your specific printer from Epson, so that when you get when you go to printer options, you'll have advanced media control and color matching and all of these other things that you don't get. So the first things we need to do, make sure we're in advanced black and white photo on premium glossy paper, so that we're using the photo black ink and not the matte black ink. From here, we go to the advanced color settings, and for all of our negatives, the vertical is always 75. We add yellow to it because yellow blocks UV the best after the black inks. So it's an easy way to add more contrast and density by throwing in the yellow. So you want your tone to be darkest. For the other important thing here is our max optical density. Just so happens that we don't change that on cyanotype, but for most of the other processes we do. So we've got this over here. Now we've done the printer settings. Now we need to do advanced media control. The color density needs to be set at 10. So like I said before, what we would do is, if this was your first time doing this, you would come over here to the presets and you would save this as a new preset, so you never had to mess with those settings again. We can call this cyanotype 9876, because first time we did it was 1, 2, 3, 4. And so now it says we have a custom preset. So we can save that, and then I will hit, here, if we go to layout, you'll see that I have it flipped horizontally. That means I never have to remember to flip it in Photoshop or anywhere else. It's part of my settings. So never have to think about it. It's done for me. And so I'm going to hit print on here and walk into the other room. and you'll hear the printer screaming for paper. Yeah, give me a second. Give me a second, darling. Okay. Now, are you happy? Apparently, the printer is happy. So we've got this negative printing right now, and Rowan, pull up the email. So what I would like to invite people to do is email us at this address and send us something. Hopefully, it doesn't really need to be resized, but we print it at 360 dpi. Usually 12 megapixel or greater is good. So I'm going to leave this up for a minute if people want to go do that. So if you've got something that would make a good 8x10 that you'd like to see us print right now, go ahead and send that to us. All right, I see Tracy. Let's see. Oh, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be a lot of blue. That's going to be a lot of blue. How big is this file? Oh, that should be. Good. So all right, we have our first image coming in. Oh, top. Okay, so this is what we're going to be printing. So here, Control-click, open with Adobe Photoshop. Oh, look at that. So let's see how fast I can do this. I go convert to profile. Gray Gamma 2.2, already there. Let's see if, that popped a little better with the auto contrast. Sometimes I'm lazy. So let's go over here. Let's image size this. So it's 360 dpi, and I can print this as an 8x8 inch square. So next thing I do is I come over here to curves, load a preset, apply the curve, image, adjustments, invert, Command P to print, and we've got a negative ready to print. So I just make sure I go over here, make sure I've got the right one here. I'm going to go to the one I created earlier before the workshop. And so let's see, would this look better this way? Vertically on the paper? Or would it look better? I'm going to print it vertical like that. I think that looks really good. As I sneak into the printer room to grab Marilyn Manson and to load another sheet so we can keep this party going. All right. Make sure I'm using the right one again, and print, and it's going to the printer. And so we've got our Marilyn Manson image here. So we've got this here, and I have another sheet. Oh, look at that. It sort of puddled a little bit there. Nah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't bother me a bit. You won't see anything there. I guarantee it. So we've got the contact print frame. Reload this. This. We can go back to 4, 1, and reactivate the camera because they're sharing a port. So again, another 2.5 minutes, 2 clicks, and twist down to 30 seconds. And we go there. And we probably want to check. That's killer. Oh, I love it. I'm related to them somehow, some way through my wife. So we've got them one cooking in the oven, I guess you could say, the light box. We have one printing in the other room. So I'm going to sort of stand here, sort of side camera, and see if anybody, oh yeah, I've been flooded. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. We've got another great one here. So we got to switch back to here. So we've got this one. Let's just work through some of these. Wow. Wow, such a powerful image. That is fantastic. Okay. Let's edit, convert to profile, gray gamma 2.2. I'm going to let it auto contrast. Yeah, pull that down a bit. I like it. Image size. So we go 360, and then the height. Let's do 10.5. So this is going to be a 10.5 by 7, or let's go 10 by 6. So, okay. Wow. I am loving this. I am loving this. So we go over here to our curve. Load the preset. Apply it. And then under image, adjustments, invert. There we go. Oh, I had an error with that last image. All right, so we do have one ready to come out. Let's do this one here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. And all the way out. Okay. This is our citric acid bath. We run this through here for a little bit. Really, really agitate that good. Get it to clear real fast. What I do is I move that off to the side, move this directly in the frame. We'll get this here. Not so bad, if I do say so myself. With my cell phone from 350 or 400 feet away. Way at the top of the grass. That looks fantastic. Look at the blues here. How they're just, oh, so rich. So nice. Popping like crazy. This is what you want to see. We've got good whites here, good contrast. Awesome, awesome. So I am loading another piece of film for the image of the gentleman with the American flag behind him. So I will come back over here to this one and file, print settings, presets, my cyanotype workshop preset, save that, print it. All right, so I want to show you the flower image. Was the first one that came through. So I have some paper I pre-coated earlier just to show you this isn't any tricks. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm taking just a sheet I coated earlier. We've got the flower. I'm going to sort of center it like that. Flip it. Oh, look at that. Won't do anything. It'll wash out. So we flip this, make sure it looks like it's lined up nice and even, which it does. So now all of these we've been doing at a standard 2.5 minutes. That seems to be what's the seems like the best exposure time for right now. And let's go see. Here, you guys can. Let's see. Okay. Sorry about the delay there when I switch over. Yeah, let's just. No, this one's. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're doing this one for sure. So here she is, control click, open with Photoshop. Oh yeah, oh my gosh. You guys are killing it tonight. This is amazing. So I come over here. First thing I do, go download the cheat sheet if you haven't first off of our website, right? Have I shown you? On our website, in the kit instructions, there's this cheat sheet. You want it. It shows you everything I'm doing right now. So, okay, sorry for the commercial. We'll get back to this. So all we have to do is convert to profile, gray gamma 2.2, image, adjust the size. So we go at 360 and I'm going to print it at 10 inches. So we get a 10 by 7.5. Adjustments. The next one is our curve. We click the little gearbox. Use this here, my cyanotype curve. I open that. You can see the adjustments here on this sort of S line. And you can see it's applied that there. I apply it to the positive, not to the negative. It sounds counterintuitive, but we created the curve based on the scan of a positive image. So we apply all of the corrections to the, oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to invert it. There we go. Another one ready. We go over here to presets, to my cyanotype workshop and save it. I'm going to load a sheet of paper, or Pictorico film, that is. as I retrieve the last one. So, okay, after we develop the flower, this is the American flag, gentlemen. So, I have to come back here. I have to close this door every time because I have to get to the printer room. So, all right. Let's God, my refresh rate is horrible. It's that computer. I'm just watching it, how poor my frame rate is. So, all right. Let's go over to 3. And Marilyn Manson, well, Brian Warner is his real name, but I'm that much of a nerd. Let's see. Look at that. And Stephen Rudy, you're I'm way too far out. I didn't even check my lens before. I didn't even check my framing before I came over here. Sorry, folks. So, okay, here's the flower. Now it's ready. Wow, look at that. I believe it's supposed to be displayed that way. Let's try. I don't know. I'm trying to get the perfect shot, but there we go, right there. Look at that. Email me with your address, and I'll send you this print. Whoever it was that sent this print, that is. Not just any random person gets this print. This one was Tracy Michael, I'm guessing. So we've got some negatives starting to stack up here. We're going to do this one next. I'm going to pull another sheet of cyanotype coated paper on here. Looks lined up pretty well. Flip it over. And I wanted to send a shout out to my son, Rowan Sullivan, who's running the switcher and that stuff for us tonight. Joe, one of my tech guys, is helping me move cameras and cables and stuff like that. And Carla from the Monte del Sol Charter School is here watching us film this and having a great time. So, okay. Frame loaded up. Goes in here. Set to 2.5 minutes. and we'll see how that goes. Here, we'll give you something pretty to look at while I go grab negatives. All right, so I have a feeling, does it look better through the back? I don't know. Nah. I have a feeling this is going to be magical. This is... So this one over here, I think has been in here long enough that I'm going to drain it. And then there's a wash tray off to the side here. We've got all the prints in a wash tray here at the end of the sink. Carla, would you like to coat one? All people will see is your hands.
Sure.
Okay, we can set that up. So let's get you a sheet of the paper. Sure. Okay. So there's just kind of tack it down so it doesn't run anywhere. And so what you need to do is find this guy. So this guy we're going to put here, and so make a mark that you can see near each corner. I mean, I'm almost right on the corner. Okay, and so what we're going to do is copy this 17A, 17B, one tween down here. Here's a pencil. No, what I want you to do is annotate, is write those numbers on there, 17A, 17B, and one tween. And then Revere, like Paul Revere, so that we know which paper we're using. And if you like, you could write 2.5 min, so 2.5 minutes, right? And that way we know exactly. You can come back and copy this print. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cup and wash it out a little bit for you, because it's looking a little grungy. So what we're going to do is have you come over here and count out 17 drops of this into the cup. You're going to need more than one dropper full. And the same as that. Okay, and I thought you were done. Sorry for stepping in. And then we're going to want 1 drop of this, the tween 20. That's a surfactant. Do you know photo flow from developing film?
Yes.
Pretty much the same thing. 1 drop of that. Now give it a swirl like you were mixing your potion. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Okay, so what I want you to do is set that here with facing that way, so when you pick this up, it's going to pour like that.
Okay.
And then what we do with the brush is we get it nice and wet and literally just 1 wipe.
Okay.
Like that, because you want it loaded with water. And so what you're
Doesn't
gonna,
matter which way?
what I do is I come across here and pour a line, and then I literally let the brush float. You do not, if you see 0 deflection in the bristles, you're doing it perfect. You want it to almost be like a ice scraper, like a scraping tool.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is pour a line in the middle here, starting about 1.5 inches inside those 2 dots.
Okay.
And pour it, and you should probably get close to the other edge, but not all the way there.
Okay.
And then first thing is just pour that line. That's the first thing you're going to do. And you can touch the paper. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Something like that.
Okay. Now what I want you to do is, okay, you're holding this great. Now take this and just lightly just drag that whole, almost no pressure. There you go. Not so much angle. Now pick it up and pull that the other direction. Not so much angle, more up and down. There you go. And come all the way out to your dots. Now start at this dot and do vertical stripes all the way, starting at that top, and then come down here and meet this dot down here. Perfect. Now watch where you just place your brush, just slightly overlapping, and watch your placement. And now come down and watch your end point. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now place it and drag it down. And this is how you get your really nice tight borders, and you're not wasting chemistry. You're coloring inside the lines, right? And then what you do is place it on that black dot, and that'll be your last one all the way down. It'll be a little wavy. So you see how it's more here and here.
Yes.
So what I want to see you do is come across this way. This is the most difficult maneuver in the entire. You're going to do horizontal stripes across. This, for a right-handed person, this is the most difficult part of the entire coding process, is trying to move it from right to left. Now come up here and do your horizontal bars all the way across from top to bottom. And what you're making sure you're doing is that the nap of the paper lays several different directions. So you want to hit all 4 directions. You want to do some from this direction, you want to do some from that direction, you want to do some from this direction, and you want to do some from that direction. So you've already done these and that. So now what I want you to do is do from bottom to top. Starting here, go bottom to top. And yeah, watch where you place and watch where you stop. Perfect. Now keep going across. Jail bars on this one, right? You are doing perfect.
Thank you.
This is absolutely amazing. You haven't screwed up anything. This is perfect.
Give me a minute.
This is absolutely fantastic. Now you've completed 3 of the 4 maneuvers. Your next maneuver is to start at the top this way and work yourself way down to the bottom, and then you're done. Man, I should just stand here and tell people how to coat all day long, because it works out a lot better than me doing it myself. So, look at that. And when you get to this edge, you are, look at you, you caught those edges perfect.
Cool.
Can we get a high five, or
High five.
a fist bump? The fist bump.
Thank you.
All right, look at this. She's done it before, but I put her on the spot, so that's gotta be the best one of the night. So, we have somebody waiting. Oh, this is the two. All right, let's go to 3. Oh yeah. Look at that. Oh, look at that pop. Look at that go. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't know. I don't have much to say. These are coming out just fantastic tonight. So I'm going to hang a couple while we're admiring this print. So I think we're 2 for 2 on the uploaded images, if I do say so myself. This one, washing now. I'm going to make a copy of this for myself, but I'm going to have to send it to you to sign it for me. Look at this. I mean, just amazing detail in this. Great tonal scale. Fantastic tonal scale here. We'll back that out a little bit. All right, so I think we are ready to do her. Holy cow, it already... it started exposing through the LEDs. I fogged it. We'll hide that one. So we've got the woman in the shawl. All right. So let's try another 2.5 minutes. That seemed to be the magic mark. I think this guy's ready to move into the wash. Just another amazing pictures from one of our amazing customers. All right. Let's go over here and snoop on some emails. Here, let's see if this. Oh, that's cool. All right. We can do that. We're going to open it with Photoshop here. We do a convert to profile to get us to the gray gamma 2.2. I'm not going to mess with the contrast or anything on this one. This one's almost looks like infrared to me, but will this resample it? This one's I can print this. This only wants to print it about a 3 1/4, 4 1/4 inch. It's only 200 DPI. Okay, let's find another one. All right, let's do a selfie. How about that? Do I just... Wait, which one was this? Oh, download right here. There we go. Let's see if we can. How big is this one? All right, that'll work. So we edit, convert to profile to make it black and white. Whoa, what did I do there? That was interesting. So image, we already sized it, right? Oh, we want to do this 10 by 7.5. Okay, that makes more sense. And then we do our adjustment curve. Load our preset, apply it to the positive. Read your cheat sheet, download it from our kit instructions page if you are joining us now. And then image adjustments, invert. All right, there we go. We go over here to print. Make sure I use my cyanotype workshop. And then I will get this printing. Oh, I know you want film. I know you want film. I'm coming. Here you go. So we have we have one to come out. Here, put her in the citric acid bath. Let her soak for a minute. Oh yeah. Look at the smooth tones in the skin. That's amazing. Wow. Another winner. Who would have guessed? This is amazing. I can't believe how well these are coming out. Just randomly sent files from the internet, and this is what we're getting. So all of this stuff is available for free on our website. All of the curves and there are some how-to videos on there. So if you've got Photoshop and an Epson printer, I don't think anything beats this for time and value. It doesn't cost you anything, and you can make prints like this on your first day. Follow a few simple rules. Not even rules, just slow down. Slow down. I think that's my number one thing that I tell people is slow down. You watched Carla coat that paper. That took a good 2 minutes to coat that paper, but it came out perfect in the end because she took her time and was patient with it, and everything came out great. So let's see. I think I'm going to go check on this negative in here. So we'll give you something pretty to look at while I'm collecting the negative. Okay, so I'm back with another negative, the selfie this time. So this one. Let's line that up. Go face down in here. Like this. All ready to go. Do my standard 2.5 minutes, 2.5, and away we go. Oh, that was an interesting sound. Hey, bring up the, oh, I can do it here. So if we go to, so, okay, everything, Judith Bauman, you were asking a question. So everything on the list that's on the screen right now is what we're using. And yes, we sell, except for the hydrogen peroxide, all of the stuff that's listed there is on our website. So you can go hunt over there or give us a call. Everybody's welcome to give us a call. So it's way easier than email. And so see where we are. We're exactly 1 minute left on that exposure. We can go back over here. This one definitely deserves another look. This is amazing. This is just amazing. Wow. So I encourage you, go download the my cheat sheet for making digital negatives from our kit instructions section, and then go to the digital negatives, follow the quote-unquote old curves link that's almost at the very bottom of the page, and that's where you'll find these curves. So really, that's how you do it. We're taking, what's it take me, about 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes to make a inkjet negative. Does not take long. And a 2.5 minute exposure. Let's see. There we go. Let's go over, readjust these. So our citric acid bath helps prevent it from anything alkaline in the water from affecting it. There's calcium in the water and it's highly alkaline, so we add some citric acid to to counteract that. The chlorine in the water as well. The citric acid reacts with chlorine and sort of makes it a non-issue. So, all right. Let's move this guy over. Maybe zoom in a little bit. See how this develops up. Oh yeah, there we go. Again, another killer one. I grew up in the San Fernando Valley, so I say things like, oh my God, and whoa dude. So, sorry about the crazy way I talk. All right, that's perfect. That's perfect. We have another 20 minutes to go, so I think what we're going to do is find a good image in the email. Unless, Carla, do you have anything that you could, are you,
Email you something?
or do you do AirDrop? Do you have an Apple?
No.
Oh, you're,
Email.
okay, email me a file right now, and right now, bosticarchive@gmail.com. Send me something and we'll do yours as the last one. Because you've already coated the paper, so. All right, so we're going to do one more, and then I think we're going to wrap things up. I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. The thing I want you to go away with from this entire thing is that making digital negatives is not voodoo. There's no amount of spreadsheets and testing and all of that you can do that's going to get you really much further. Well, okay. This is the easiest way to get started. This gets you 98% of the way there. If you want to proceed later on and do something like quad tone rip or any of the available digital negative systems, go ahead and do that. But if you're just starting out and you've got Photoshop and an Epson printer, get our free curves. Get it, do it. You'll be making negatives in 10 minutes and you will not have the frustration that you see with sitting there for a week trying to create your own curves. Use something that we've been using since 2012. So we've been using these same curves for 13 years. And I think that I think they're the best out there. In fact, somebody out there does sell our curves as a digital negative system. They're just the curves from our website. So if you see a suspicious digital negative system out there, it may just be the free stuff off of our website. Did you send me a...
I sent you 4.
You sent me 4.
Well, I don't know how big these images are.
Okay.
See if there's anything suitable.
Oh, you're not connected to my Wi-Fi, are you?
Shouldn't.
We have a weird password.
I should be able to come my own.
Yeah, you should be on your internet. Oh, here you go. Here we go. I found you. So, oh, yeah, this one. Okay, So okay, so let's we're doing the woman in the feather headdress.
Aztec dancer.
So edit. Do you want to come over here and drive and make the curve, do the.
How can I say no?
All right. So tiny little mouse cursor here, right? So we want to go to edit.
Oops.
Edit and then convert to profile. And then it's already on gray gamma 2.2, which is what we want. So okay that. And then image up here. And then let's do size. Let's resize it first. So go to 360 DPI. And then make the tallest one, the height, do it, that is 10. So that will. All right. Yep, that'll be perfect. And we okay that. And then the next thing we need to do is image adjustments curves. Click on the little gearbox right there and hit load preset. We're going to want that first curve right there. And then click OK. And then image adjustments invert. And now file, the next one over, and then print.
Aha.
We're printing it already. Go to print settings. Make sure on default settings there, click that, and go to presets, and then use the cyanotype workshop. There, save it. And I will yell at you when there is a piece of film in the printer. All right, hit me. All right, it's firing up. So this is perfect timing. So what we can do is check out your, look at this coating. Look at how perfect that is. This is the sheet she just coated 5 or 10 minutes ago, and it's the best one of the day. And I heard the printer bark at me. Sometimes the little electronic eye does not quite catch the edge of the transparency film. So we've got your sheet that's drying. So the big finale is Carla coated her own sheet. She's made her own negative, and now we're going to make her print. So we're not going to like make her print like we're beating her and punching her, making her make a print, but we've gently cajoled her into doing all of this. So
It's got a lot of questions.
oh yeah, there's a whole lot of questions. The hydrogen peroxide is 3%. There's no. I'm just using the stuff from the hardware store or from Walgreens. Okay, it came from Walgreens, is what I'm being told. So all right. let's see how yours is drying. Feels like with the back of your hand, you can see it's nice and dry. So, wait, because that's my handwriting. That's my handwriting. Where do we put yours? Ah, right there. The one next to it. The other one that's great. The other perfect one. Just feels a little suede, is what I would say. And so I'm going to put this face down for now so it doesn't fog. I'm going to go into the other room and see how our negative is almost done. I've noticed I need a new camera. There's a blown out pixel right there. I'm touching the blown out pixel. Right there. You see it on my finger? That's what you get with a 10-year-old camera. I'm just trying to kill time, guys. I just noticed there were some bad pixels on my camera as I was standing there.
You did not point at it.
Can you see it?
Uh-huh.
You can see the little blue dot? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just me. So the printer is working its way to the end. And it's about to eject what is going to be a gorgeous print. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. So, all right, so since this is yours, we've got your paper here. Now, obviously, it's going to have to. Do you want the writing like that, or do you want the writing like
I
that?
don't care.
So we'll put that in here. And then I will take this over here for you. For a half and 1-2 clicks. And that goes on. So we have 2.5 minutes left. Let's see, anything in there? Sure, that needs to go into the wash. Awesome. Another fantastic pic. Don't discount the selfies. They're probably the only pictures you're ever going to have of yourself. So, don't discount them. Take lots of selfies. I know people get a lot of shit for taking selfies, but my dad was a photographer. That means there are no pictures of me as a child, right? So, that's how I look at it. My mom's about to call on the cell phone, I bet. There are plenty of pictures of you as a child. Right? So. All right, so we have 1 minute left. This is the final countdown. This is the last one of the evening. Again, thank you for coming and spending 2 hours with us in this madness. I hope you learned something. I hope you had fun. Hope you weren't offended by any of my corny jokes. So, Let's see, where are we now? Oh, I only killed 25 seconds there. Wow. Time seems to stretch on when you're trying to kill time, right? So everybody, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's watch this final one. I have a feeling it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Oh, and there's a dust spot. Oh, right there on my nose. Look at that. All the old cameras. All right. So your turn to take it out.
Do you lay it down for us?
Oh, yeah. And so flip it over.
Ta-da.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, okay, let's go over to number 3. And in the really nasty...
Yeah, how long is this good for?
A long time. It's just... it just looks nasty. So look at that. I really don't know how long it really takes to do this. I do it for, I don't know, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, something like that. It seems to clear the highlights up, and I have to tell you, you did a fantastic job coding that. Look at your borders. Look at how much better of a border can you get than that. So that one comes out, and then watch the blue pop as we put it in there. Comes down a whole nother level. That looks awesome. We got really good bright highlights here. We've got really good shadows out here in the feathers, just right on. Right on. Now we'll let that sit a couple of minutes, and I wanted to see if there was anything else I wanted people to know. So, just so you know, today was sponsored in part by Revere, by Legion Paper. They provided us with the paper today, so thank you to them. One thing I didn't go over was our drop count calculation for cyanotypes, and basically any hand-coded process here. So what we have is length in inches times height in inches divided by 2 is your total drops. So if you have an 8 by 10, you've got 80 square inches. 80 divided by 2, 40 drops total. So 20A, 20B. You notice a little disclaimer, some papers require less emulsion. Use this as a starting point. When I came up with this, I was using Reeves BFK, which is also papers that work well with cyanotypes. Obviously, first on my list is going to be the Revere Platinum by Legion. Great paper, works with everything I've ever tried it with. Then Hanamula Platinum Rag, great paper. It's a little more expensive than the Revere is currently. The Reeves BFK, the Reeves gives an incredibly intense blue at the And it trades it for contrast. It's much contrastier, so you need longer exposures and maybe a little tweaking to your negative to make it right. And then Arches Platine, that goes without saying. That's the classic. And then Stonehenge. Stonehenge is another paper that people don't think about, but it's available in almost every art supply store in America. So I would go with that. And I think I've covered all the other stuff. Let's see back over how she's doing over here. She's doing fantastic. I think this is how we're going to end the show. I think we're going to go with the fade out. Fade to black with this image. It's beautiful. We're 3 minutes ahead of schedule, but I think we've covered everything. Give us a call at Bostic & Sullivan. Reach out to us through email if you have questions. If you want to know more, if you need help walking through setting up your inkjet negative system, don't hesitate to call us. I do this all the time. I walk people all the time. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.